Barbara, if you are ready, I'm going to stop my screen share, and we've got somebody making that magical transition from a red badger to a blue badger. And I know we've been looking forward to this, Barbara. So let me stop my screen share and let you. One moment. Well done, Barbara.
There, now I'm okay, now I got it. Hi, good morning, everybody. It's my second craft talk as a Rotarian. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay, thanks, Carol. So this is my craft talk, and I will start with my husband, Ron. I'm setting my timer in so I don't go over 10 minutes. So I'm going to start with my wonderful husband, Ron. He was a Rotarian. Some of you know him as a Rotarian. Some of you would know him as general manager at the co-op, and some will know him as the bass player in Cadillac Ranch. He's a great guy and a really awesome bass player. We live out in beautiful Blue Lake and feel fortunate and blessed to be here every single day. And this is my biological family. On the left is me and my 3 siblings, and my mother, who lives here. Some of you know my mom. She's pretty awesome. She is 86 years old now and is the keyboard player in the Gila Monsters, which is a band my husband Ron also plays in. So that's been a really delightful thing, having my husband and my mother in the same band. And then on the right is me and my father. He loves casinos, so I met him down at Seven Feathers one time, or up at Seven Feathers, and that we got a picture there. And then this is my Nicaraguan family from my first husband. No longer in much contact with the husband, ex-husband, but still very much in contact with the family and consider them our family. Some of you may remember Tatiana down here on the bottom right. She used to come to Rotary meetings with me when she was younger. She's now 20 and is studying to be a nurse, living down in the Bay Area. And then right above her is our newest grandson. And that little guy is only 9 months old there in the picture. And he's probably, weighing 30, 35 pounds now. He was wearing his toddler clothes by the age of about 6 months. Palma had a plan, like a very organized plan for how she was going to dress him, and she had to scrap it really early on. Then let's see. Oh yeah, then the next thing that I've learned about myself is I am a person who really likes to move the needle. And I learned that as a Rotarian, but I also have the opportunity to do that in my work. And so I work at the California Center for Rural Policy up at Humboldt State. I started there as the Chief Operations Officer and was recently promoted to Associate Director. And CCRP conducts community-based research to help inform policy and help make the lives better of people in rural Northern California. And a lot of our work ends up being used to help make a case for fundraising. So a lot of people write our work into their grants. And there are so many things that we do up there. It would be a whole program just to talk about CCRP, which would be fun to do sometime. But one of the projects that I've been working on now for the last 7 years is the Building Healthy Communities project up in Del Norte. And that's a project it was a 10-year grant funded by the California Endowment. It's coming to the end of 10 years. Del Norte was one of 14 communities in the state that was chosen to receive about $1 million a year. And so they're doing really great work up there, working to improve health outcomes of people up in Del Norte. And we use a targeted universalism strategy. So there's an equity lens on everything that we do up there. And I was looking for quotes for the equity EID committee. And one of the things I read is equality is giving everyone a shoe, And equity is giving everyone a shoe that fits. And so that's what we're really trying to do with our work up there. And for the past 6 years, I've been coordinating an effort up there to develop health career pathways for students who are interested in going into healthcare. And so I've been working with education, healthcare, and workforce up there, developing educational opportunities from kindergarten all the way through now community college. And then we're working with youth to develop an ongoing stream and cohort of youth who are interested in going to into health careers. It's been incredibly rewarding work. And it's what took me out of Rotary for a while. I was up there, I had an apartment up there and was up there 3 or 4 days a week. But the work continues. I recently took on a project up there coordinating a literacy effort. We're working to ensure that all kids who are by third grade, they're reading at grade level. That's been another really rewarding project. And then another project that I'm involved in, we're coordinating an effort, Ian, I put this in here just for you. We're coordinating an effort with Southern Humboldt called South County Homes for All, looking at who needs housing, and which is pretty much everybody across the board down there, and how they can come together and coordinate efforts to develop housing, a variety of different housing opportunities. And then for the past, 14, 15 years, I've been running my own business called Order Within. I'm a professional organizer. I started with organizing people and their stuff in their homes, and ended up really landing on helping people in business be more organized and productive and focused. And I still got that running in the background. I'm doing some really interesting work now, trainings with United Indian Health Services that I just love. I have one coming up next week on project management. And I'm also doing a very interesting project with the Yurok tribe, a nation building project with the Yurok tribe. So work has been consuming me. I've gotten really deeply into my work during COVID, and I'm really thrilled by it. Okay, on to Rotary. I joined Rotary in 2008, I think, and was president from 2014 to 2015. This is one of my favorite pictures. Dick Johnson and I had the best debriefing ever, I think. It was so much fun. And one of the things that I was known for as president was crying. I cry a lot. If I don't cry through this presentation, it'll be kind of a miracle. But Scotty made me this amazing hat and that cried. Every time Dick and I had to sing crying, and every time we'd say cry, the hat would cry. Scott had a pump on it. It was amazing the way he engineered that hat. So that was from my debunking. And then I have to say this, that anything great, I knew I'd cry when I said this, so I put that crying up there. Anything great I have been able to do in Rotary, I've done it with Scott Heller's help, either by my side or behind me. Together, Scott and I were able to lead SWAT projects, which stands for Serving with Our Talents. And Scott, I knew you'd do that. I can see you. So we've done these SWAT projects, Serving with Our Talents, and they've just been one of the greatest things ever in my life to be able to do this. And I know Scott mentioned them last week when he was speaking, but the three that really stand out were the Boys and Girls Club. That's what this is, the clubhouse over in Eureka, the Arcata Playhouse, and the McKinleyville Family Resource Center. And the really great thing about these projects was not only were we able to transform the space, we did a whole thing with the people left for the day, and we transformed their spaces or the week, whatever it was. And then we did a reveal. And what we saw is that not only did it transform the spaces, but it transformed the organization. It transformed the people who were able to come there. They were able to feel a lot more dignity. And like in the case of the Playhouse, it really transformed the community. Like as Scott said, that was the beginning of the whole Creamery District. This is one of my favorite, another of my favorite pictures from my year. Scott and Bob were my wingmen. They helped me they were just so fantastic. They were supporting me all the way. And then my husband, Ron, was Rotarian of the Year that year. So this was my very last day as president. It was a great day, great year. I had so much fun as president. I absolutely loved it. And then I realized that a lot of the projects I do with Rotary have paint involved in them. So there we are painting the overnight shelter, the Arcata House overnight shelter, and then painting the Bayside Community Center. So that was Rotary. I love Rotary, and I'm really, really, really glad to be back. And then I have a bunch of hobbies. I have a craft room that I love to sew in and do paper crafting. I took up yoga during the last shutdown and have a daily practice of yoga now that it got me through the shutdown. Ron and I have a Euro van. We love to camp. We haven't done a lot of camping since COVID, but the bottom right picture is we were celebrating our 23rd anniversary, and we went up to the, Larapin was booked up that weekend, so we went up to the Sunset Grill and drove up to the parking lot and in our van and had our dinner there in the van. I love to do photography. Brandy's presentation was so amazing last week. I was so grateful. I texted her. That was really wonderful. But I enjoy photography. I like to play the ukulele. And oops, I just went back. Oh, nope, that's right. And then ever since I was in my very early 20s, I've really enjoyed herbal medicine, and using herbs in my life. And we have an apartment, a mother-in-law unit at the back of our house that we have been renting, but stopped renting it in May, and turned it into a kind of a family space. And I turned the kitchen into my herbal medicine making kitchen. And so that's what that is down over on the left. And then on the bottom right, I like to grow my own CBD, and I have a little line of CBD products I've been making for a few years now. So I like to make tinctures, salves, bath bombs, and then I have a lotion and cream that I like to make. So that's what's there. And I think somehow I'm going to incorporate that into my Final Friday gift this year when I do that. Maybe have a little medicine making party at our house. And then this is our backyard that goes on. We have half an acre, and it along an alley, and so we have just a really long yard. And so these are all different pictures of our yard and our garden. Both Ron and I enjoy gardening, and obviously it's a team effort. It takes a lot of time and energy to do that. So those are my hobbies. And then this is the new love of my life, Paco, who I bought the little gift pack for last week. He's 14 weeks old now. He's a Labradoodle. He's a wavy Labradoodle, and he's absolutely delightful. He's the first dog I've ever had as an adult, and the first puppy I've ever been tuned into. And he's really it's been a life-changing experience having a puppy. So that's it. That's my craft talk. Thanks, everybody.
Well, Barbara, looking at all the things you do, I've just got one question for you. When do you sleep?
Oh yeah, and I didn't mention I'm Lieutenant Governor now, so I'm spending a lot of my time setting up club visits for Dustin.
Oh my gosh. 1 second, let me get my screens rearranged here once again. Okay, I think I'm back. Can everybody see Barbara's blue badger in the lower right corner there? Yeah, okay, good. Back on track. Well, thank you, Barbara. It's so great that you were able to take the time and space for what you needed to do, where you needed to do it, and then come on back. We're glad to have you with us.
Thanks, Ian.